Today on What It's Like, rare and special treat, 1939 Hudson Series 95 Country Club 8, an absolutely gorgeous car that was only built for 1 year. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like, the channel that reviews classics, vintage, some exotics, lots of orphan cars, and cars that tend to get lost to time. We show specs, period correct ads, button switches and knobs, take the tour, but most importantly, we show what these cars were like. If that sounds like a channel that you'll totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. This 1939 Hudson Series 95 Country Club 8 is currently for sale at Classic Auto Mall, and it is one of 10 known to exist, making it pretty rare. And honestly, if I had the money, this one would come home with me. It is such a cool car, and something that only 9 others on the planet will have. For those unfamiliar with Classic Auto Mall, located in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, which is the largest automotive consignment dealer in the northeastern region of the United States, with over 850 cars for sale when recording this episode. Super knowledgeable and friendly staff. For more information, pricing, and pictures pertaining to this very car, click the link below after the show. 1939 Hudson model lineup. But before we get into all of that, we don't really do a whole lot of Hudsons yet, but there are a lot more coming in the next coming episodes. I hope you guys like Hudsons. For those unfamiliar with Hudson, Hudson was founded in 1909 and built cars until 1954 when they merged with Nash to form AMC. 1957 was the last year for Hudson as well as Nash to be used as a nameplate for AMC. Important note, Hudson also offered 2 other flavors of cars. Much like Ford had Mercury and Lincoln, Hudson also had Essex and Terraplaine. Not trying to go down a rabbit hole, but Essex made cars from 1918 to 1922 as the Essex Motor Car Company, and from 1922 to 1933 under the Hudson Motor Car Company. In 1934, it was called the Essex Terraplaine, and Terraplanes were offered from 1932 to 1938, with the Terraplaine name being dropped in 1940. Terraplaine was renamed somewhere around 1938, 1939, sources vary, to 112 series. It's important to note that Hudson offered 3 dashboard designs depending on what car you got. The basement model had its own dashboard design and it looked like this. The basement model was the 112 Deluxe Series 90, followed by the Country Club 6 Series 93, Standard 6 Series 92, Pacemaker Series 91, Country Club Series 93. All of the 6-cylinder cars, aside from the basement model, had dashboards that looked like this. If you got an 8-cylinder car, the dashboard looked like this. Country Club Series 95, which is our featured car, is in this class. Country Club Custom Series 97, Commercial Series 90, which was like their pickup trucks. Yes, Hudson offered pickup trucks, and they are extremely cool. Business 6 Series 98. The Country Club 8 Series 95 could be had as a Victoria Coupe, Touring Brougham, Touring Sedan, Convertible Coupe, Convertible Brougham. 1939 saw a facelift, 38 on the top, 39 on the bottom. It's important to note that these are not the same model. The Country Club 8 was only offered from 39 to 40, so this comparison is with a Hudson 8 Model 87. Starting in the front, when you look at these two side by side, or top and bottom like they are positioned here, they are the same overall shape, but a lot has changed, mostly in the grille section and headlight situation. The headlights are moved into the fenders on the 39, but the overall shape is the same. Single piece hood on the 39 as opposed to the butterfly styled found on the 38, and this might honestly be the first single piece hood. Front and rear fenders are different, bumpers are different, moving to the side profile, and you can see the cabin appears to be the same. Looking at the side profile, you can definitely tell that the fenders have both been revised in the front and the rear. Also, check out the fender skirt situation on the 39 is bigger. Moving to the rear section, the rear bumpers have been revised. Taillight placement has been moved lower on the 39, as well as the gas filler just ever so slightly lower. And the trunks are totally different. Look at the design on top versus the design on the bottom. It looks like the 39 might have slightly bigger trunk space. Which one do you like better in the comment section below? I couldn't find a conclusive dash picture, so I didn't want to show the wrong one, so that's why we didn't do the dash comparison. Moving on to specs. 199 inches long. It rides a wheelbase of 122 inches. It weighs 3,200 pounds. Price $1,080, which is equivalent to you spending $23,244.86 in the year 2023. That would be like you going out and buying a new Subaru Impreza. Now, this car is way more than a Subaru Impreza to me. I owned a Subaru Impreza. They're nothing to write home about. Unfortunately, I could not find any production numbers, so we're going to do some averages. 1939 average car cost was $700, which would be equivalent to $15,066.12 now, which this car sits just a little bit above the average. Average household income was $1,730, which is equivalent to $37,234.83 in the year 2023. So if you had the average income, you could afford this car. Gas was 10 cents a gallon, which equates to $2.15. Moving on to engine. 254 cubic inch displacement, flathead 8, 4.2 liters. It's good for 122 horsepower, 4,200 RPM. I could not find a torque figure for this engine. Compression 6.25 to 1. Features 5 main bearings. Moving on to some features, options, and accessories. New for 1939, Hudson moved the shifter to the column to have more space for the passengers. Did you ever have to sit center seat with a floor shifter? You're always getting hit with that shifter. There's no escape. This car, center seat, riders do not have that problem. The hood release is located inside, and according to the advertising, it makes it safer, and the hood won't spontaneously come open. Bendix hydraulic brakes with mechanical backup system. It's also known in Hudson circles as double safe brakes. Air foam seat cushions.
Let's talk styling. Look at this front end design. I see lots of different cars. I see 40 Ford, especially in the nose. This is a 39. I also see a little bit of Mercedes-Benz, especially in this fender. I absolutely love the teardrop shaped headlights. I love this whole design, as well as this grille. Look at these little cross stitches that come out. They protrude outward of the actual grille shape. Nice Hudson badge here right on the nose. Look at how these bumpers are designed. There's a lot going on with the design. Lots of textures. It's got 4 overriders. It's got these smaller ones and these bigger ones connected by these 2 bars. I love how it says Hudson 8 nice and proud right there in the front. Hood ornament, beautiful. These appear to be marker lights. Just wait until you see this hood open. It opens up so interesting, but we're not there yet. Ever so slight crease on the fender. And it comes back. Just check out this line here. Notice the bright workpiece. And just look at this body. Look at how it comes to a point, well, not a point, but this is the highest point of the car, and then it tapers back. It's a teardrop shape. It's got drip rails. Look at how the windshield is designed. It looks like it's missing some trim. I could be wrong, but I think this should have trim around it. It has trim in the center. Nice big cowl vent there. Look at the windshield wipers. Coming down this side, just look at how complex of the shape this fender is. The running boards, here's my foot for reference. I wear size 12 shoe, so they're pretty big, pretty wide running boards. It's got this nice trim work that runs the belt line of the car. Into the lights here. Gas filler cap is on the driver's side. This one's got a split window. Getting inside, but before we do, notice this has suicide doors or coach doors. And just look at how they are designed. I absolutely love the design of these handles. So it will go a full 90 degrees, the door will. Look at this material here. Here's what the door frame looks like. Look at how thick that is. Here's my hand for reference of how thick that door frame is. Nice petite armrest here. It's more or less like an elbow rest. Window crank for the big window. And check out the partition. Look at how it's all chromed out. So the vent window doesn't swing out, it just goes down. So how cool is that? So the vent window goes down, and then you could put the big window down, so the whole thing will go down. Coming down inside the pedal box down here, clutch, brake, gas pedal. Up there, that is for the hood release. It's in the release position right now. So that is latched. Here is released. And just take a gander at this interior. Here is what over the hood impression looks like. Here is what first person over the hood looks like. Here is under the steering wheel. There is tons of room underneath this steering wheel.
On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. Gasoline gauge, speedometer, odometer at the bottom, coolant temperature, oil pressure, radio, amp meter, lighter, starter button, ignition, headlights. I was able to find an owner's manual, so if you need any of this additional information, here it is.
Up above, sun visors. They're nice and big, and look at how these sun visors operate. That is interesting and different. There is also a dome light here on top of the rearview mirror. Sun visor over here as well. Windshield wipers. Ashtray. On to the glove box test. Here's our test subject. Here's my hand for reference. Here is our glove box in question. Look at how big that glove box is. Oh crap. Look at how big that glove box is. It's so big that both of the cameras fit inside. I want you to hear this door shut. It's a nice quality shut. The rear door doesn't have an armrest. Notice it opens up opposite way. It also has this nice, interesting material inside. This is the door handle to get in and out. This also locks the door. And here's the window crank, and that is how the window operates. And it doesn't go all the way down, but it goes 3/4 of the way down. Here's how much space there is in the rear seat. Just check out how much room there is to get in this car, because the door isn't in the way. Here's what the front looks like from the back. Let's take a quick gander at the greenhouse, or pillar to glass ratio. It's adequate in this car. That is what visibility looks like out the back. This is a split back window with a dome light in the center. Look, this is the rope rail, but it's not really rope, it's like a bar. I guess you could hold on to it, or for a heavy blanket so you don't get cold. This is my knee situation. It's probably about 1 foot of space. Lots of room. The floor is flat. There isn't a transmission tunnel in the back here. Seat profile. It is rather upright, and this does dip down quite a bit in the back. It's not the most comfortable seating position. There aren't any coat hooks. There is a grab handle to hold on to, as well as window crank for this window, armrest, ashtray, And everything that is found on this side is also found on the driver's side. The windows, they slide. How cool is that? So they slide open. Ashtray. Armrest. The armrests in the back are way bigger than the ones in the front. This is what I look like sitting in the back seat. I got tons of headroom. So much headroom. Somebody added turn signals, which is always a good thing. Bumpers. These bumpers in the rear only have 2 overriders, but they're nice and textured. I love all of this. Very nice bright work. License plate light for the license plate bracket. Getting into the trunk, but before we do, just check out how textured that is. Oh, that trunk is absolutely massive. Full-size spare over there on the side. Just take a step back so you can see how big that trunk section is. You got straps to secure your load. And this nice brace here that will hold the trunk lid. That's what the trunk lid looks like from the inside. So I want you to remember, this is 1939. This has a single hood and it opens like this. So you see this hinges up, and that's the actual hood prop. Opens up clamshell style, just like that. The horns are mounted up front here. Radiator sits a little bit further back. This one's got a straight 8 in it. This is what the hood latches onto. That's what it is. Oil bath, air cleaner. Downdraft carburetor. Look at how much space you have to work on this engine. The only thing is it sits way down inside there. There's tons of room on this side. Batteries, really tiny battery.
On the positive side, slick, styling, excellent off the line, good roadability, huge glove box, loads of space throughout. Flat floor, something different, and it's a pity that it only lasted 1 year. Against it, rust prone. Special trim parts are hard to come by. Rear seats isn't all that comfortable. Alright, now it's time for Would You Rather, beef or chicken? Hydraulic or cable clutch? Automatic or manual transmission? 2 scenarios today. First scenario, would you rather have a 1939 Oldsmobile or a 1939 Hudson or a 1939 Studebaker? I'm going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time to decide, go ahead and feel free to pause the video. Moving on to this second. This is totally random and it's a really hard one. 1937 Studebaker Express or 1946 Hudson pickup truck. Now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to give me both the name of the band and song title will have their comment pinned to the top of the comment section. That vibe, that song title matches this car to a T. If I could afford this car, I would have took it home in a heartbeat. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming out and watching this. I really appreciate all of the support. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to talk to me one-on-one, the easiest way to do that is find me on Facebook and shoot me a direct message, or you can always email me. All of that information will be linked in the description below. Just know I appreciate all of the support. And until next time, here are some scenes for our upcoming episodes. Tomorrow's episode, we're going to try to do discussion episodes on Friday. Hopefully, I'll have enough time to put this episode together. Those discussion episodes take a long time to orchestrate to make it into a production. It's insane how much time those take. If everything goes good, it's going to be a discussion episode on trucks offered by automotive manufacturers that you wouldn't think. Like Hudson and Studebaker, they both made pickup trucks. Mack even made a pickup truck. So hopefully that episode's coming tomorrow. If that episode does not get done in time, fear not, there will be an episode tomorrow. So until tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, toodaloo! Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together.